Number go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, I'm fucking them up in they guts, ayy, number go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, fucking them up in they guts. Number go up. I'm Shamu with the whale talk, feeling brand new and I can't flop. That number go up, get an airdrop. If I op running up, get a teardrop. Got big bags, that's a lot, not a little. Sleep with that thing up under my pillow. Wake up in the morning, if number go up anymore, I'ma copy some cribs off of Zillow. I'm young money, new money, getting these millions. Rappers don't like me, I'm hurting they feelings. Raising the floor, breaking the ceiling. Number go up, I'm willing and dealing. My fortune was forced in the fire. Spottie Empire, the one they admire. If number go down, you know I'm a buyer. The number go up and I'm sending it higher. Go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, I'm fucking them up in they guts, ayy, number go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, fucking them up in they guts, ayy, number go up, I'm Spottie, you know that I'm about it. They shopping at Aldi's, I pull up at Audi's. I can't handle lazy MFers around me. I fly on my rats when I meet with the Saudis. I'm getting my passport in Portugal, Puerto Rico, man, these bitcoins are portable. Racking up M's, the world is affordable. Number go up, I just count me an order. No checking the charts in my bathrobe. I don't give a fuck about the tax code. Just playing Spottie, you asshole. Number go up, I might count me a castle. King of the punks, I'm wearing my crown. My number go up, your number go down. Buying the block, I'm buying the town. Remember they flooded, but look at me now. Go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, I'm fucking them up in they guts, ayy, number go up, ayy, running it up, double it up, ayy, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ayy, fucking them up in they guts, ayy, number go up,
Yo man, you heard about Wi-Fi? Yeah, it's the biggest thing on the planet. And we got the ticker. If we shit it, we gon' send it. Wi-Fi, we gon' get connected. If we shit it, we gon' send it. Wi-Fi, we gon' get connected.
We got that Wi-Fi, we going sky high. Them other tokens up and smoking, going bye-bye. We got that Wi-Fi, we going sky high. Don't act reckless and reject this. Come get this Wi-Fi, keeps us connected.
Just Spottie been cooking up, everybody trying to get the Wi-Fi. I pulled up in a spaceship, my whip looking like a sci-fi. I'm well regarded on the boulevard. Study hard, you better Google me. $1 million worth of meme coins. This shit is really nothing new to me. Spottie, why going ham? Still the man with the plan. They don't really understand Wi-Fi, the supply demand. Rolling it up, I'm ready to spark it. Spottie is active, adjusting your targets. Break it apart, I'm making the market. Buying the dips, this shit is a bargain. They make money, I make money. This Wi-Fi they can't take from me. They fade Spottie, they straight dummy. Keep fake shit far away from me. It's scammer season and it's getting worse. We still waiting on the metaverse. Don't get mad, just get work. Your network is your network.
We got that Wi-Fi, we going sky high. Them other tokens up and smoking, going bye-bye. We got that Wi-Fi, we going sky high. Don't act reckless and reject this. Come get this Wi-Fi.
Yo, sir, it's Spottie Wi-Fi. And you know I'm an all-time guy, and I'm living at an all-time high. It's official, I'm the king of punks. Haters gave me motivation. Even the coronavirus couldn't stop my coronation. Buy low, sell high, diamond hand determination. On Spottie, Wi-Fi, 5528, and we all gon' make it. I dox myself, so if you need me, you know where.
Tonight, we're opening doors to a story that's bigger than music, bigger than NFTs, bigger than crypto. Welcome to Unscripted. We're welcoming Spottie Wi-Fi, a man who took what the world called a flaw and turned it into a crown. Someone who went from church pews in Chicago to stages with Snoop, Eminem, and Wayne, from being unemployed to building a blueprint for artists in Web3. A creator who didn't just reinvent himself, he redefined what ownership looks like for an entire generation of musicians and builders. Spottie's journey is resilience, it's reinvention, it's proof that you can take a moment of nothing left and turn it into everything possible. He showed us that a single trait, a spot, a story, a scar can become the very thing that sets you apart. Tonight, we're not just talking music or NFTs or memes. We're talking about the courage to bet on yourself when no one else will. About community, creativity, and the kind of hustle that doesn't come from talent alone, but from heart. And to everyone tuning in, settle in. Welcome, Spottie. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great, Leslie. I'm great. I mean, man, that was a nice intro. You are doing work here. I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibes. You had the music mix. I like the way you cut that up. The video. Cheers. That was dope. That was dope. I'm glad to
Well,
be here.
thank you. I'm honored to have you, Spottie. I've known you for a few years, starting in this industry, meeting you in person. And, for me coming in, me being what I would consider at that point a nobody, and you being somebody in this space, reinventing yourself, you have always been a very humble person. When I first met you, I met your wife together. And, in an environment where you are taking off and you're building this huge platform, how do you stay so humble through it all?
Um, well, when I first started making a name for myself in crypto and with the music and everything, I had already I had been humbled by the music industry. I had been humbled by the crypto markets in the past. So um, I think if you had met me, you know, if I had had that kind of success in my early 20s or something, when I thought I was going to be a big musician, like if I had had success when I was expecting it, I would have had a much harder time being humble. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
But by the time that success came, um, I'd already been humbled a few times, and this market will humble you quick too. So I mean, all I got to do right now is look at the charts, and I stay humble. But no, the truth is, like you mentioned, my wife. Um, having somebody around you that keeps you grounded, that knew you before, you knew me when I really didn't have much going for me, and that sort of thing. That'll definitely keep you grounded.
Oh, yeah. I think your wife is probably one of your biggest supporters, right? She's like one of the people that has believed in you the most, like your number one. And she's such a beautiful human being outside and in.
Oh yeah, she's definitely my number one supporter. Um, I mean, she's believed in me was following some crazy dreams, you know, and like a lot of ups and downs. Um, yeah, I'm blessed every day, every single day. I'm blessed just to have somebody that knew me before CryptoPunks and Bored Apes and Pepe and I mean, we've been through some journeys together, some crazy adventures. So yeah, she's
Oh,
definitely the number one supporter in the world, no doubt.
absolutely. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of time, Spotty. When you look at the man behind Spotty Wi-Fi, who are you today that you weren't 5 years ago? And what part of Mig Mora did you have to let go to become who you are and to allow Spotty to be born?
So 5 years ago was COVID. Man, man, 5 years ago, that's, a lot has happened. Um, 5 years ago, I was working in advertising, and I sort of measured. I think I measured my worth by like my salary and like work accomplishments, projects that I was managing, pitches that I could get over the finish line, things like that. And now I think I've been through so many ups and downs. I feel like now uh, the most important thing to me is just like health and family and uh, and all those cliche things. I think, thankfully, I've been really blessed. We've been really blessed to have some amazing opportunities along the way and experiences. My network is definitely very different now. Like, I've been privileged to work with some crazy, talented, legendary people in terms of, artists, musicians, directors, uh, crypto people, founders, builders, things like that. And what did I have to let go of? That's a good question. COVID kind of made me let go of everything in some ways. Like my whole advertising career was just turned on its head because of COVID, and so that really freed me up to, in a lot of ways, to even get into NFTs and get back into making music. Because I mean, even as tangibly as like we were living in New York at the time in a one bedroom apartment. And then in 2020, because of COVID, we were like, we got to get out of here. It's just like too insane. Like I'm losing my mind in this little cramped apartment and stuff. And so we moved down to Florida and, had a lot more space at that point. I was able to set up a little office studio setup and things like that. So I guess in a lot of ways, I guess I let go of just my identity being tied to a totally different, industry and career path, and just sort of reset. Like there was times in 2021 where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something in crypto. Like there was a point in time where I was hosting a YouTube show or co-hosting a YouTube show about NFTs with my guy Crypto Novo. There was a point in time before that where I was starting a podcast or a YouTube show with my guy Ruben, and it was just going to be about crypto. It was going to be about crypto mostly. I was starting to learn about NFTs, so yeah, it's been a crazy journey though. It's been wild. five
Crazy
years,
journey.
a lot can change in 5 years. That's for sure.
A lot, absolutely. It seems like time flies, right? When you're having fun in crypto. And I mean fun because there are ups and downs. There's like moments where it's like you want to cry. There's moments where you really want to leave this space. And then there's moments where you really love this space and you enjoy it. Now, prior to you coming into crypto, did you love music? Were you already creating music? Or you just created music before and then just really started to take off with it within this space?
So music was a big part of my life, but I wasn't making music at that time. I had actually been on I want to say like I hadn't written a song in like 8 years, so like a decade before, a decade before 2021, like basically music was a huge part of my life from like 2003 to like 2012. And for a lot of that time, and man, I'm showing my age, but like from 2000 like 9 to 2012, something like that, I was doing music professionally. Like it was my income, it was my main source of income, and I was touring and doing a lot of live shows and whatnot. And then I just kind of got tired of the struggle of like struggling to make ends meet because I wasn't making a lot of money. And so from 2012, that's when I started working in advertising. And I just dove into that and made that like my focus until COVID. And then 2021, we moved to Florida, and that's when I bought my CryptoPunk in February 2021. And I was really just interested in like, what can you do with these JPEGs? What can you do with these NFTs? What can you do with the intellectual property? This was before CryptoPunk comic books. This was before Punk's comics. This was before Bored Apes. You know, Bored Apes really put the intellectual property of the JPEGs on the map. And so I was like just a little bit early to that idea. And being a musician in my past life, I was like, okay, I have a CryptoPunk. I want to do something with it. Having a CryptoPunk gives me like an instant built-in audience, a small audience, you know, but like people on crypto Twitter are noticing the CryptoPunks. So I said, let me be the first CryptoPunk rapper, the best, only CryptoPunk rapper alive, the metaverse rapper, etc. That's where the inspiration came from. And so it started with one song. And like I bought the CryptoPunk in February. I put out a song called I'm Spottie in April. And it just started to gain traction. I put out another song the next month. And by August, I had an album, and we sold the album as an NFT, and that sold out right away. And that's when things just kind of really took off in terms of getting attention, getting press. Complex wrote a really long article about me and like basically the potential for music NFTs. And that really put it like, that really cemented it like, damn, this is historic. And I'm pretty sure every major record label in the country was passing that article around, you know, making sure that people were at least aware of like what was going on.
Absolutely, Spotty. Now, when you first bought your CryptoPunk at that point, were you already submerged into NFTs, or did you have any of the Bored Ape, or was it one of those where it's like, you know, you just saw them early on and you got lucky and went for it?
So no, my CryptoPunk was my first NFT. I was into crypto. I had started buying crypto at the end of 2017. I basically bought the top of the huge bull run. Like you could have made a lot of money if you bought crypto early 2017. I did not. I bought the top at the end, and I just had to hold those bags through a really, really brutal bear market of like 2018 and first half of 2019. Then things started to rebound. Prices started to go up like second half of 2019. Then COVID hit. Everything crashed again. And but basically by 2021, by the time I bought my CryptoPunk, I was like, okay, my crypto's finally worth like more than I paid for it, quite a bit more than I paid for it. And I just saw the CryptoPunk as a way to diversify. I saw Mark Cuban talking about CryptoPunks. I saw Chamath talking about CryptoPunks and NFTs. And so I was like, okay, I finally have some money for like the first time ever, and it's all in crypto. And so my idea of diversifying was to buy this CryptoPunk. And that was, yeah, and that was about 2 months before the Bored Apes came out. Then I bought
That is
Bored.
wild.
Yep. I faded Bored Apes at first. I remember the night that Bored Apes minted out. I saw Pranksy tweet about them, and I just went to sleep. I faded it. And then a few weeks later, I want to say like I want to say like I want to say maybe 3 weeks later is when they put out the dogs, the kennel club, the Bored Ape Kennel Club, and I thought, oh, this is going to dilute the price. This is going to make the price of the apes go down, but it did the opposite, and the apes just pumped. They just were pumping even after the dogs came out, and that's when I bought more. I bought not more. I bought. I'm telling the story a little messed up. I had one ape. I bought one ape. I'm getting the timeline messed up. I bought one ape in early May, 3 weeks or so after the Bored Apes minted. Then weeks later, the dogs came out, and that's when I bought more as the price was pumping, which you're not supposed to do, but it worked out. It worked out. So yeah. Anyways, the NFT. So, and then I just built that into my brand too. Like I made a song about the Bored Apes. I made a song with Art Chick. I made 2 songs that were theme songs for the Punks comics. So like that whole year, I was just putting out little funny, nerdy songs. Yeah, that
Oh
were
my
like
God.
all NFT themed.
And this is your first one, right? Your
Man,
first.
look, they don't even know who I am yet, right? But they gotta learn. They gotta learn.
5528. I'm Spottie. Got lots of spots. Your girl wanna come play connect the dots. I'm Spottie. I'm on the block. Sick with it, looking like chicken pox. I'm Spottie. Last name Pippin. Stock going up, and I ain't tripping. I'm Spottie. I ain't bullshitting. I'm a crypto punk. You a crypto kid. I'm Spottie. Straight out of Lava Labs. It's the crypto punk with the gift to gab.
Okay, so why is that so catchy though?
I don't know. I appreciate it. So that's a remix. Like the reason it sounds like Nintendo sounds in the background and the beat is because that's intentional. Like, so we took the first song I did, I'm Spottie, and we made all these remixes, and that's how we did the NFT collection. Like you're minting a song, you don't know which song you're gonna get, you don't know which version, you don't know which remix, because we were inspired by like the generative, art projects, but we wanted to do that with music. And you got a PFP with it, like a version of my CryptoPunk with different colored backgrounds or different patterns in the backgrounds. And then the NFT unlocked a vinyl record. So you could actually like go on the website and you could claim a physical vinyl record that was token gated, get it shipped to your whatever mailing address. And we gave you IP rights. So like if you own one of those NFTs, you have the right to put that music in anything or remix it, put it in a movie, put it in a video game, podcast, commercial, whatever. So, we got a lot of praise for like some of the things that we did that were somewhat innovative, or maybe not like super, like we didn't reinvent the wheel, but we took a lot of things that worked for like art projects or Bored Apes or CryptoPunks or different things, and we applied it to music.
That is so freaking dope. Everything that you're building. I went last night too, trying to, refresh myself on everything that you're doing. And a little bit further, I do want to get into some of your albums because you did 2 this year. One of them is a remix, right? And then another one is kind of like newer sounds, which I love that album. And I do want to get into those a little bit further in the show. Now,
For
talking
sure.
about everything that you have done, it's like everything has not been peaches and cream, right? Or, it's like gold, sparkly, shiny. You've had moments in your life where, it's like everything wasn't success. There was some failures. So what failure shaped you more than any success now that you're looking back?
Oh man, I would say, that's such a good question. I think really, I really thought I've been in rap groups and music projects before, like in my first iteration of doing music that I really thought were going to be massive, like really, really thought were going to be massive. In some cases, maybe it was kind of rational for me to think that, we had some good opportunities, we had some good things going. In other cases, it was probably totally irrational for me to think that. But I think more than anything, that's probably the thing. Like my musical things that I've been a part of, endeavors that I've been a part of that just didn't pan out, groups that I've been a part of that didn't pan out. Um, I would say that that's probably the biggest thing because like I've been a part of things that were we I've been a part of things where the goal was like we want to be on MTV, we want to be at Lollapalooza, we want to be at the Grammys, we want to be successful, making a lot of money and like touring the world and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. And with everything I've done since 2021, um, the goal really wasn't that. Like the goal really wasn't that. Like that song that I made, that or that video that you played,
Hmm.
like the goal there was really just to like entertain crypto Twitter. That was really the goal, I would say. We didn't even know we were going to make an album when we made that song or when we made that video. And when we started talking about an album, we didn't even know we were going to make it an NFT collection. And then when we made the NFT collection, we didn't even know like, oh, we're going to have these different mechanics. We're going to do like it's going to be generative. Like it was just really like wake up every day, like what's going on and like what are we going to create today with this CryptoPunk, with this IP. So and then back to like your earlier question, like that humble that dose of humility of like being a part of being younger and being a part of things that I thought were going to be like huge and it not panning out. I think it prepared me to like be in situations that came as a result after after creating Spottie Wi-Fi.
So these creations that you went through, like you say, you weren't ready for those, and so they just evolve organically?
Like yeah, everything about Spotty Wi-Fi, the music, the CryptoPunk character, all that, it was just very very organic, very very organic. Like I couldn't have sat down at the beginning of 2021 and said like this is what we're going to do. There's no way. A lot of it was just dumb luck, crazy good timing. I mean, uh Beeple selling a $69 million NFT.
Wow.
Like that was like 2 or 3 weeks after I bought my CryptoPunk. You know, like I bought my CryptoPunk, and then that happened like 2 or 3 weeks later. The whole Bored Apes, everything about the Bored Apes, I owe a lot to the Bored Apes. Um, yeah, so many things that I couldn't have planned for. I mean, by the end of 2021, I got a message from Snoop Dogg's son, Champ, and
Wow.
he's like, "Hey, would you want to come to LA the week of the Super Bowl and like make some music and talk about music NFTs and stuff like that?" So, I mean, in 2022, I got to go to Timbaland's home studio. I was living in Miami. I got to go to his home studio and just play him my second album, and get his feedback, get his notes. He ended up mixing one of the songs that he liked. So, yes, I mean, it's been things that I couldn't have dreamed of or imagined really.
So you had some successes, but with those successes prior to them, you've been doubted and dismissed, Body. Which doubt hurt you the most through this process?
Um, Man, this still happens. This still happens to
It,
this day. It still happens to this day. People definitely underestimate me all the time, I think. Um, there's one situation right now that's kind of raw to me that I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but no, people, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but um, man, what's the one doubter that rubbed me the wrong way? I don't know. I would just say that like I remember talking to artist friends of mine that I look up to and tell that knew about NFTs, that knew about NFTs better than I did at that time in 2021 and being like, yo, here's my idea for my NFT album. What do you think? Like, I want to do this. I want to have 25 different versions of this song. There's going to be remixes. There's going to be stems. There's going to be IP rights. There's going to be and kind of just them being like, whoa, like that sounds like a lot of work. Well, I don't know, like kind of like dismissive of it. That always stands out in my mind because like there's people that I looked up to that were more popular musicians than me, that knew more about NFTs than me, were more popular on crypto Twitter than me, and they could have done exactly what I did. I even told them what I was going to do, you know. But I guess, you know, that just gets back to that idea of like ideas are a dime a dozen, like you got to execute, you know. And I was me and the people around me were like my producer Stephen Clark and other people that, you know, the developers and everything, we were able to execute. But now people still dismiss me all the time. People still dismiss me all the time.
After all
So
this time, Spotty, I know that a few years back, I've known of you. You know, I entered this space, I would say about 3.5 years ago, since late 2021. And then a few months after that, I started learning about, you know, Spotty and the music, you know, just learning about everything that was being put in the blockchain. And I know back then people dismissed you. And, you know, all I saw is you continuing to elevate. And up to this day, people still dismiss you, even with your trajectory and everything that you've done.
yes, true. I mean, I think a lot of it is politics, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Like there's two elements of it. There's two elements of it. Like one, art is subjective, music is subjective. A lot of people just don't know rap music. They don't know hip hop. Like they don't understand, like, not to be egotistical, but a lot of people in the crypto space, they wouldn't understand the significance of a lot of the things I've done.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, your average crypto person is not going to understand how big of a deal it is that like I brought Jim Jones from Harlem and I brought Bun B from Houston out on stage with me at 8 Fest. You know, they're not going to understand the significance of that. A lot of them, they might not even know those names. They'll know their songs. You know, they know Ballin', you know, they know certain things, but they might not understand like the cultural significance of it and different things like that. But then there's also the politics of like, I received a lot of love from Bored Apes. Okay, I received a lot of love and support from the Bored Ape community. Then, like in 2023, I was very early to Pepe, and I was co-hosting spaces with Paulie and Pepe, right? And that turned off a lot of my Bored Ape family, right? Even though later, you know, in the weeks and months that followed that, a lot of them also bought Pepe, and a lot of them, you know, Pepe is now basically a household name in terms of a meme coin. But there was a time when I was very early to Pepe, and people were looking at me crazy, like, "What are you doing?" And then there's people that I aligned with after that that pissed off Paulie and his community. So it's just like there's politics to this too. But you know, like I do things like I was on tour with the Locks last year. I was on tour with the Locks for like 6 months last year. A lot of people, a lot of crypto people might not even know who the Locks are, but it's a big deal. And you know, I don't know how many cities, like 40 cities or something with the Locks, posting content and all this, and like if like it's not for everybody. And I think a lot of the like the it crowd or the KOL community or whatever, like, I don't know what it is, but probably somebody that I aligned myself with or that I stood next to at some point in time put me on a list of people that they can't engage with and they can't really support is what I imagine, you know.
I mean, this space be like that, right? This space is wild. Like the more that I've been around in this space and been around different type of people, it's kind of like damn if you do, damn if you don't. You can't make everybody happy. It doesn't matter who you are around. Everybody has a reputation, whether it's a positive or negative. So at the end of the day, Spotty, what do? Do you just continue building? You continue showing your character? Because to me, it really doesn't matter what stages you sit on. It's like like right now, whatever stage you're sitting on, it's like they also have a reputation. But at the end of the day, shouldn't we judge those people on our own instead of allowing other people to see outside in? Because at the end of the day, it's about your character, right? The type of person that you are, regardless who you are around.
100%. I mean, Pepe is the best example of that. Pep to me that I've ever experienced. Like, I was early to Pepe, and I made a lot of money on Pepe because people faded it and
Mhm.
early, and people faded it early because of the personalities that were promoting it. You know,
Yeah.
so
So
I
do you
think it
think this
pays.
is kind of like a similar repeat in a way with Aster?
I do. I do think there's similarities. There's definitely similarities. Um, I get what you're getting at. Yeah, yeah. No, there's for sure some similarities, but it's very different because you have CZ, and its Binance ecosystem and everything like that. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But if you notice, well, maybe you haven't noticed, and I know there's Astor family in the audience right now, but even that type of thing has even that situation is evolving quickly for me. That situation is definitely evolving for
Yeah.
me. You might notice like I'm not in certain spaces as recently, even spaces that I was in like a couple weeks ago, just because things change, people switch up on you, and so this type of thing, like when I said, man, when I said this still happens to me, and there's some things I'm feeling raw about right now, like right now, yeah,
Can we touch a little
these
bit
things happen.
more on that? Because I feel that I have experienced that recently or lately, I would say not too long ago, where it's like I am the most loyalist person on earth. And I feel that sometimes, it's like what I said earlier, you're damn if you do, damn if you don't. You can't make everybody happy. But what do you do when things like that happen? Because you've experienced that probably more than anybody else, right, Spotty? Because it's like, you are trying to build a brand, you go from place to place, you surround yourself with whatever and whoever the heck you want to, because that's you, right? That's your prerogative. How do you deal with things like that? How do you deal where it's like, you are trying to help build something else, bring visibility, bring awareness, and then boom, it's like there's a switch up.
Well, the switch up that I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with like the Astra team, just for the
Right.
record, or like Binance team or anything like that. More so just community members, things like that. But man, you just, first of all, I would say it's crypto, right? Everybody's here.
Mhm.
I don't want to say everybody. 99% of us are here. Our primary motivation is financial, and it's money. And
Yeah.
so, you know, loyalty is really a buzzword for most people, like 90+%. Like occasionally you're going to find people, and I put you in this category of like, you're going to find people that are solid and seem to be consistent with their words and their actions over like sustained amount of time, like multiple years in a row. You can know somebody like, oh, that person hasn't switched up, like that's going to happen occasionally, but it's definitely the exception. It's not the rule.
Mhm.
And I don't think that can be too surprising
Yeah.
in an environment where the primary motivation is money, right? Like if we were all here, like if the thing that we all had in common was like philanthropy, or like we're all trying to like cure diseases, or like end hunger, end homelessness, like yeah, it'd be really surprising when like 80% of people end up like switching up on you over the course of 4 or 5 years. But that's not why we're all here. That's not
No.
how we all came to know each other. So I think at the end of the day, all you can really do is just try to take each day and each action and everything that you say and that you do and make sure it's something that you can stand on individually.
Yep.
Because if you're counting on a group of people to stand on something with you, you might be surprised or you might be disappointed. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that. Like there's not a lot of things that I've done or that I've said in this space, good or bad, about anyone that I
Mhm.
regret. I would say there's projects that I believed in that I regret believing in. Um, and those projects, I'm sure I probably had followers that maybe lost money on them. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, I for sure lost money on those, on the ones that I'm thinking of, like,
Yeah.
so Um, so it's hard to feel too bad because it's
Yeah.
like, you know, we all are responsible for the buttons we push. And at,
Exactly.
and at the end of the day, like I've showed some things that went up, but then they went down. And in a lot of in most of those cases, in the examples that are at the front of my mind right now, like man, I lost money on those. So
Yeah.
it's like it is what it is. But so you take it all in whole and you say like, okay, can I look back? Can I look back at the last 4 years, last 5 years, and can I say like, yeah, I own that, and yeah, I definitely can. I own my successes as much as I own my failures, no doubt.
Yeah, I think as adults entering the space, like you said, it's like we come here for money, money, and it's like it's biblical. It's money is the root of all. It's the root cause of all evil. However that saying goes. But as adults, we also have to take accountability for our actions because it's like just because you're shilling something, I know that I'm going to go into it, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that's clicking. And if I don't click and exit that fast, or when I have that intuition and then I end up brown tripping at the end of the day, whose fault is it? My fault, because I've made some money and I've lost some money. And it's like you have that intuition where it's like, okay, exit, exit. And I don't. And I'm like round trip. And I can't be mad at anybody that showed that token or posted it or whatnot. And I think that is one of the huge problems we have in this space is that people do not take accountability for their actions. And it's like if you really study the space, if you really study the people, then you know where to go in, who to go in with, whatnot. Or if certain people are already posting about it, it's like it's a determining factor whether, okay, have we already plateaued at that point or not? I mean,
Right. And there's definitely like there's a distinction though. Like there's definitely people that
mhm,
like there's ruggers, there's bundlers, there's ruggers, there's serial deployers, there's straight up scammers. I'm not trying to say that doesn't exist. What I can
right.
say is like I can look back at my own behavior and say like, okay, yeah, I'm not in that camp. I'm not in that category. I'm not in that
Yeah.
camp. Like I've showed some things that went up and then went down. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
I never rugged anybody, never bundled a token, never did this or that. So um, at the end of the day, especially in a market now compared to where it was a year ago, um, that's all you can do is just hope that you can look back and like and own it. But at the end of the day too, like you can't just always go with the herd. You can't go with the herd because you're going to miss out on huge opportunities. You can't just go with what's popular opinion, and you can't be worried about pissing people off too much or alienating people, because um I don't know, that's just, to me, that's not a way to live your life, whether it's in terms of your crypto or your investments or just at all. Like you have to stand for something. You personally, because at the end of the day, if you're just trying to make everybody happy, like you're gonna fail. Like you said, you can't make everybody happy anyways.
That's what I'm learning a lot more lately, Spotty. The more that I go, it's like stop. It when you're building a brand, you have to think of yourself first. It's like you're going to build a community. People are going to love you or people are going to hate you, and you can't settle for anything less. Now, what has hitting rock bottom taught you that success never could?
Well, man, well, it'll teach you who's real. It'll teach you who really loves you. You know, who really supports you, who really believes in you. Um, Success is intoxicating. You know, there's times I look back on certain times where it's like when NFTs were super hot. Um, People, you know, and or like just crypto in general. When this industry gets really hot, and you have people coming in from like out of the woodwork trying to figure out a way to extract or to get their claws into it. Um, Everybody, you know, and you're like a prominent figure in it, or you've had some success, or you launched a project that did well, or you've got some motion or whatever. Like people will make you feel like you're just the smartest person in the room, you're the most charming person, the most attractive person, whatever. Um, and then as quickly as they show up, they can just disappear. You know, that's that is that's an important lesson. You know, I don't think I would have been ready for that lesson like years and years ago, if I had to learn that lesson. But like, yeah, it's, you know, certain people get slow to answer the phone. You know, after they can't they when there's less that you can do for them. You know, when people see you as like a person that can help make them a bunch of money real quick, oh, they're quick to answer the phone. They're quick to answer your texts. You know, they're quick to meet up. But then they get what they came for, or the market turns a certain way, and all of a sudden they get real hard to get a hold of. You know, that's like, you know, it's cliche. Like we know these things on paper or in theory, but I've lived that. I've definitely lived that at the highest levels. Like I'm talking about like people big, people with big names, and just everyday people, you know, friends, like friends that I've known before crypto,
Yeah.
friends I've known, friends I've known going on like 20 years, friends I've known going on 20 years can be hard to get a hold of, you know, when they don't think you have much that you can do for them. So, um, yeah, this is life. Easy said, this is life. It's okay. That's life. But man, you know, it is intoxicating though. When you're popping and like, you know, people when people think like, oh, if I can get on the phone with Spottie, I could probably I'm one call away from Snoop. You know how many people I had that
Oh
would try to
my
get me on
god.
the phone or talk to me and ask me like, "Yo, do you think like you could get me a call with Snoop?" Like, no. Like what? No, I don't think that at all. You know what I
You know,
mean? Like,
that is wild. I just said that recently too. It's like, say no more often and then eliminate what you're able to do for those people. And guess what happens? They really start showing you that you're disposable. When you have nothing to give, when you are no longer of value to them, they discard you like you're freaking nothing. And I've been learning
oh,
that lesson recently, and I do feel, Spotty, that I've gotten to a place where I completely hit rock bottom. And what I've learned through hitting rock bottom is that, how do I take that? How do I learn from that? And how do I begin to build a stronger foundation than I've had before? Because I think when you hit rock bottom, when you have nothing left, no friends, no people, that's when you're going to start learning who your real community is, who the people that are really there to support you, and you start really building that solid foundation, because previous to that you had a foundation with cracks and it was not sustainable. So when you start elevating in life, what happens, there's some people that are not able to go through that elevation or to that elevation with you. Therefore, it's like, I'm a big believer. It's like anytime that you're going to be elevated to the next level in life, those are blessings, right? And some people are not deserving of those blessings. And sometimes those people need to be removed. And we never see that through those trials and tribulations. When we're going downstream, we think it's something negative or something shitty in life, but it's actually life repositioning our the way that we are at that point and repositioning us to something better and greater.
100% agree with that. And I think, to answer your original question, like, what is what have I learned in the
Mhm.
downtimes? I think the maybe the most valuable thing is that, like, you can have people that love you and support you, but by and large, nobody's coming to rescue you. Like,
Mhm.
probably nobody.
I
There's
love that.
somebody out there is listening that is like, a trust fund baby or something. And they're like, well, I'm different. But and maybe somebody's out there that's different. But, like, most of us, nobody's coming to rescue you, and you can always start over. You can always reinvent yourself. You can always start from square one if you have to. And I think, like, I've been in that position many times, and it's not fun. Coming to that realization is not fun. But
Mhm.
when you have that realization, like, you just have to go. You just have to go hard, and just remember that, like, you have it in you. I mean, everybody doesn't have it in them necessarily, actually, but whether you believe you do or you don't, you're right. Like, if
Yeah.
you believe I can dig myself out of this hole, then I believe you can dig yourself out of the hole. And if you don't believe you can, then I don't believe you can. And I think that's the part where it's like, so many people are, like, trying to figure out who can get me out of this position, and it's like, it's you. Like, it's only you, 99.99% of the time. So you might have to get creative. You might have to learn a new skill set. You might have to dust off an old skill set. You might have to humble yourself. You might have to sell something. You might have to go knock on doors. But, like, it's 99.9% likelihood it's only you that can do it. And if you're really lucky, you have, like, between 1 and 5 people that love you and will support you emotionally, or, you know, um, just stand by you as you figure it out.
Absolutely, because if it's not you, then who else? It's like you have to take that initiative and you have to take that drive into your own hands, because it's like you can have a support system, but they can only push you so far until you decide to take the initiative into your own hands.
Yep.
Spotty, now that you're where you are, have you ever looked back and, gone through those trials and tribulations where you were like, man, this freaking sucks, this hurt. And now you look back and you're like, geez, I am thankful that I went through that. And I'm thankful that, those type of people have been removed or eliminated from, my future.
I'm going through that right now, actually. I'm going through that
What?
right now. Yeah,
No.
oh yeah, I'm going through that right now. I spent the last 3 months building or co-building something that I thought was gonna lead to a lot of opportunities and, like, a lot of partnerships, a lot of revenue, and it's kind of rugged me,
Yeah.
but good things have come from it. Good things have come from it. Going to Dubai came from it. Building on Binance Square came from it. Winning an award somehow from Binance came from it. So a lot of good things came from it. Just not things that I expected. I was expecting X, Y, and Z to be the result, and I got different results. Some really good, some not as good as I was hoping. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I do believe in, what do I believe in? I believe in karma, I believe in energy, and I believe in God, and I believe that if somebody isn't treating you the way you deserve to be treated, then they're self-selecting to not be part of my orbit, you know. And it might not feel like a blessing at the time, but usually is a blessing, you know. And I've had, and by the way, I'm now going back to your other questions because it's such a good question. Like, I've had years in the past that were like really hard years. Like, I remember 2011 was a really hard year. That's when, like, I was in a band, I broke up with the band, and I had to reinvent myself. That's when I got into advertising in
Hmm.
early 2012. You know, it was a season right before a reinvention. Um, 20, I want to say, I want to say, what was another really hard? I want to say like 2017. But anyways, these really difficult moments where like somebody, you know, does you wrong, or just things don't pan out the way you wanted or whatever. Like, historically for me, I look back and it's usually like a spring. It ends up with enough time. You end up looking back and being like, oh, that was a springboard to something better than I could have planned for myself, you know. And I think I'm going through that right now.
Oh, freaking, I mean, it's like, I feel like you're speaking to my soul right now. And, I think I'm kind of going through a little bit of that process right now. And I'm trying to see the positive, the light, and everything. And I'm like, you know what? Every moment in life has its moment and its journey. Sometimes we may not understand why we're going through it at that moment, but one day we're going to look back and be like, you know what? I needed to go through that process, because I do believe that everything that happens to us, whether it's people coming in, opportunities, rejections, there's seasons in our life. And it's like, we learn from them. They're either yeses or nos. And people are like seasons as well. They're here to either stay long term, stay for short term, and teach us whatever we needed to learn at that moment and apply it for the future. Because it's like, you don't know if you're going to build an empire, right? A big business, and then that's going to teach you, hey, how do I want to treat the next person? How do I want to treat the next artist? How do I want to treat the next builder, the next creator, etc., based on the life lessons that you've been taught up to this point?
100%. 100%. Tammy in the comments said rejection is redirection. I like
I
that. I never.
love that. She always tells me that, but I wanted to share something really quick from one of your
And
recent.
now, please welcome Spottie Wi-Fi. Join us on stage. Hey, Spottie.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be here. Huge thank you to the entire Binance team, Kareen and the entire Binance Square team for your support. All of my community and followers, especially the Aster community, and to my entire family, especially my wife Melissa, who's at home and always has been my #1 supporter. And thank you to God, praise God. And shout out to Yazan, my brother. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Spottie. Now,
I love that. Okay, now everything that we've talked about, right? Up to this, and then what you're going through right now recently, and then this moment and seeing yourself again on stage. How does that make you feel? What do you think now about everything?
Oh man, I just think that like God is good. You know, God is good. I mean, that whole situation, which I'm gonna show you real quick. I have it right here. So this is the award I got, which is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna open it up for you, let you see it.
Yes.
This is so crazy because like I was nominated in the trader category, and I was telling you earlier, like before we started the show, and people have heard me say this many times. People have heard me say this many times. I'm not a great trader. I'm not a great trader. Okay, but this
Oh
is
my
my
God.
award.
Look at
I,
that.
st- I still got to hang it up, but like I mean, this is like one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me, and it's ironic because, like I said, I'm not a good trader. I'm a good hodler. Okay, I'm like the guy you want in your project because I will not know when to sell, you know, but like I'll get in early. I'll get in early. My superpower in this market, my superpower is sniffing out like something that is going to be big, but it's early and
Yeah.
just before it's not early, you know. And then my superpower is not timing when to sell though, you know. So, anyways, it's just funny that I got nominated in the trader category, but I'm like super honored by it and super grateful. But when I see that video, um, it's kind of bittersweet because I thought that trip to Dubai was going to be very different. I thought I was still going to be, I thought I was going to be in Abu Dhabi right now. I'm supposed to be in Abu Dhabi, but some things didn't happen the way that I expected them to happen. And I'm fine with that. You know, God is good. That award though, so like, like I said, I put a lot of time in the last 3 months building with some people that I thought we were building together. And once money came into the equation, that switched up real fast, like real fast. But those 3 months got me that opportunity. You know, those 3 months
Yeah.
got me the opportunity to say, like, yeah, I was part of this list of 100 people that Binance honored at their first award thing. And I got to meet CZ and I got to meet Richard Tang and I got to meet Peter Schiff and like a lot of really cool people. I got to meet my boy Yazan, who I was shouting out in the video. That's probably the best thing that came in the last 3 months was getting to meet Yazan because like
Yes, on.
I can say confidently like Yazan is one of those real ones that we're talking about, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and I got to meet
easy.
the whole. Oh, go ahead, Leslie. My
No,
bad.
I was gonna say that easy said, sometimes God is saying to you, I got something better for you. And you believe in
That's it.
God, right? I believe in God. And sometimes, like Tammy said earlier, his no is sometimes redirection. And maybe, I'm a big believer that God can see beyond what we can see and beyond our understanding. And sometimes, as humans and us being emotional and, mental, sometimes we don't see it at that point. We see it as like Jesus, like, that hurts, that sucks, that's crappy, that's shitty, or whatnot. But I recently, within the last month, I started changing my mentality that anytime that something negative happens or it's a no or I'm not getting through, I'm like, okay, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why
That's
it's
it.
happening. I don't see it. But you know what? I'm going to trust and believe.
That's it. Even like if it wasn't for COVID, I would have never. We would have never met probably if it wasn't for
Yeah.
COVID. I would have never created this character, Spottie Wi-Fi, all these things. And it's like 2020, that was a tough year. That was a really tough year for me. So yeah, I'm looking at it like that. And I'm looking at like that award has a lot of sentimental value to me because of all that that's packed into it, as
Mhm.
well. Not just the like superficial part of like, oh, it's Binance and it's CZ and all that. And another thing I was going to say is like the Astra community. And the last 3 months, I've met so many cool people. Maybe not IRL or in person, but just online on Spaces, etc. Um, Even Easy in the comments, getting to talk to Easy, Goku, like a lot of these Dot. A lot of the people in the comments are Astra community. I could say that's my new home base, really.
Yeah.
My new online family is the Astra community, and these things I've always been blessed since 2021 for sure. I've been blessed to like find cool communities, like whether it was CryptoPunks and Bored Apes or Pepe or whatever it is. Now it's Astra. I believe in Astra and I believe in the community. Um, and so, yeah, it's kind of conflicting the way things have panned out, but my love for that community is not like in question or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be crazy for us to say, that it doesn't hurt or it doesn't matter because we're humans, right? We still have emotions. And sometimes to sit here and say that whatever happens, I'm not sure what happened with you, but for us to sit here and say sometimes that it doesn't sting, it stings a little. But it's like we get up and we move. Now, Spotty, let's get into your albums.
Bet.
So let's shift it up a little. All of a sudden, right, abrupt. We're talking about feelings and emotion, what we're going through, and then okay, let's shift a little.
I'm with it. I'm with it. We're covering a lot of ground. Hell yeah.
Yes. Okay, so proof of a party. Okay, so this feels like your newest weapon. So it's fresh energy. It's a forward moving project that blends rap grit, not grip, grit with the Web3 ambition. So when you were creating this album, what were you trying to say with this new chapter? Like, what part of you does this project represent that your earlier work didn't? I'm gonna bring it up.
So my first couple albums, like my first album that we talked about, that was the NFT album. Very nerdy. Like I'm rapping about NFTs or the metaverse, like on every song. My second album was the King's Alpha. That album and that came out in 2023. That represented like the level up of like having Snoop Dogg on the album, having Bun B, Jim Jones, a lot of really dope artists that I look up to. Still talking about crypto on pretty much every song,
Yeah.
With Proof of Party is a pop album. First of all, it's a rap pop album, which is like a different sound than my first two albums. And it's basically like hardly any crypto talk. I don't even know. There might be like one or two mentions in the whole album of crypto that I can even remember. I don't even remember if I feel like there's one or two. I just can't even remember what I said. Maybe I had like one line or two lines on the whole album where I mentioned crypto. Really, it was me and DJ Malski, who I met. DJ Malski is an incredible DJ producer out of LA. And I met him, and we just wanted to make some party records. That was really how it started. So we got together. We made a couple party records. We really enjoyed it. We really had fun with the process and working together. And then we were like, let's just make an album. Let's make a whole party album. And that's it. The title Proof of Party is really just a nod to my roots in crypto. And then the acronym POP, because it's a pop album. So that's really what Proof of Party is about. And that came out at the beginning of the year, actually. And I think a lot of my crypto Twitter people have heard clips, but maybe haven't like heard the full album. And I definitely would love for people to check it out because it sounds different than anything I put out, before this year.
I want to play a little bit of this clip because when I was going through them, this is one of the ones that I also liked, and it's very like, I don't know.
Can I intro real quick? This
Yes.
is my latest single. This is going to be on my next album. This one is definitely talking about crypto. But this is my latest single, Number Go Up.
You heard it here first, guys. Here first.
Number go up, ay, running it up, double it up, ay, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ay, I'm fucking them up in they guts, ay, number go up, ay, running it up, double it up, ay, champagne in my cup, bubble it up, ay, fucking them up in they guts. With the whale talk, feeling brand new, and I can't flop. That number go up, get an airdrop. If I op running up, get a teardrop. Got big bags, that's a lot, not a little. Sleep with that thing up under my pillow. Wake up in the morning, if number go up anymore, I'ma copy some crips off a Zillow. I'm new money, getting these millions. Rappers don't like me, I'm hurting they feelings. Raising the floor, breaking the ceiling. Number go up, I'm willing and dealing. My fortune was forcing the fire. Spottie Empire, the one they admire. If number go down, you know I'm a buyer. The number go up, and I'm sending it higher. Go up, ay, running it up, double it up,
Okay, Spotty, I have another one that I want to play. And this one is actually from your Proof of Party album.
Okay.
This
Nice.
one is, do you want to intro it? It is We Outside.
No, you got it. That's all the intro it needs. That's perfect.
We Outside. I thought this is another catchy one that I liked. I was like,
I look fly, I look good, I do what they wish they could. My chick bad, my chick good. Disagree, I wish you would. We pop out, stop the show. You can tell we getting dough. I get high, she get low, like she about to sweep the floor. Have you ever seen a half Filipino sipping on Pinot, trying to let me know where should we go? We met online like a free throw, and we don't take no L like Smino. I'm on that Vuelo, I mean Vuelo. Shorty wet silhouette like J-Lo. She gon' do anything that I say so. Dame un beso.
Now that we outside,
I
we'll never
love
do what
that
they told
little-
us. Me and you together, we the coldest.
I don't know what
I'ma
you
put
call it,
up
like
on
that
my
little
shoulders,
transition.
And let's dance tonight. Let's pull up and jump around, make it rain, paint the town. If you ready, break it down.
To the flow, a little more,
Yeah.
oh for sure, oh let's go.
2, 3.
I look fly, I look good, I do what they wish they could. My chick bad, my chick good. Disagree, I wish you would. I look fly, I look good, I do what they wish they could. My chick bad, my chick good. Have you ever seen a half Puerto Rican, clutchy a vegan, freaking on the weekend, drinking margaritas in Ibiza, hitting like a buzzer bee.
Okay, and this is the album that you were talking about earlier, right? That
Yes.
you're tapping into different elements that are different from your other albums that you've produced or that you've done.
Yeah, it's just a lot more pop sound, like a lot more bounce to it, like a lot more danceable, dance friendly. So yeah, we wanted, me and DJ Malski, when we were making that album, we were talking about how like everybody in rap music right now, like it's all about like everybody's too cool to have fun, basically.
Yes.
Like there's not that many fun records. Like what's the like, hip hop doesn't really have permission to be fun anymore. I guess, I don't know why. It's just like everybody's on, it's a lot of dark energy, like low vibrations, and it's a lot of like junky music. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I love hip hop, but I can't relate to most of it nowadays.
No, you can't. Do you remember back in the day? I don't know what era you grow up, but I'm an 80s child. And, in the early 2000s, we played a lot of not kind of similar to this, happy music. You would roll down your windows, you would like cruise down the street, and then you would just play happy music. And when I was doing research for the interview and I was like going over like your recent music, this is one of your albums that I related to the most. And this is, one of the first songs that I heard. And I was like, wait, this is catchy. I look fly. I look good. I can see myself rolling down the windows in my car and playing that music. And I have kids too that are in the early 20s. I can see sending them this and then them playing it too. And, those hooks, I look fly. I look good, because that's all the teenagers. That's kids in their early 20s. And then my girl, and then, like just those hooks. It's so fun. It's flirty. I can also imagine when I was younger and, holding a glass of something, drinking at a club, and then just having fun with it. So this is one of my favorites.
Thank you. That means a lot. And yeah, we just wanted to have fun and not take ourselves too seriously. Like everybody's taking themselves so seriously, especially in rap music. And so we were inspired by like a lot of throwback pop, like early 2000. I mean, pop and rap, but like, there's like we used to have these are the types of conversations we were having when we were making that record. If you ask anybody their top 5 rappers, nobody has very few people. 99.99% of people. They're not going to say Lil Jon. They're not going to say Pitbull. All right, they're not going to say certain. They're not even going to say Ludacris, who's severely underrated. But like any of those artists, they have songs. Flo Rida. Somebody said Flo Rida. These guys, they have songs that you could put them on right now in 2025, and the club will send. The club will go up. Like any of them, any of those guys, and they're not guys that took themselves super, super seriously on their records. They made fun records. They made records that got hated on even in their time. But now, 20 years later, like those records stand the test of time. Like they can get asses out of seats today if you play a lot of those records. And so we were inspired by a lot of those types of guys that were just making fun music. And also, like we talked about LMFAO a lot. Like LMFAO is, they didn't put out a lot of albums, but like they put out some really fun records, and it was just like a 2-man team, a duo, and you don't really see that. I don't know. Maybe I have a blind spot to it, and I'm just not hearing the right. Maybe I'm just not thinking of the right groups, but I don't know of any rap groups that are out there just like making fun music rather than just like.
You know which other one I like? The super freak. I always want to say that properly. Oh my god, that one kind of gives me like Pharrell Williams, Black Eyed Peas vibes or something like that. It's like, okay, we gotta play that one, right? We gotta play it for the people. Because I freaking
So, look, a lot of this is just like we're having fun, like, and a lot of it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Theatrical. When you hear this song, just understand, like, I'm as happy as could be with my lifestyle and everything, but it's just theatrical. We're just having fun.
That is what it feels like. The Proof of Party album. If you go and listen to it, there's every single song is going to exude different emotions. That's what I love about it. It's like every freaking single song, it's just same but different elements, and it makes you feel something different. So people, tell me and tell us in the comments how it makes you feel with emojis when you listen to this song.
In the hotel lobby, cute face, slim waist with a banging body. She a pro, this is not a hobby. I can tell that she really wanna hang with Spottie. I'm not a star, I'm a supernova. So back it up like you supposed to. From the bed to the floor to the super sofa, I can turn a super freak to a super soaker. So tell your friend to bring a friend, then we gon' do it again. Hit the Eiffel Tower with the high five. You are now connected to the Wi-Fi. So tell your friend to bring a friend, then we gon' do it again. Hit the Eiffel Tower with the high five. You are now connected to the Wi-Fi.
You and your bestie, and me and my homie, keep the party going tonight until the sun rises and it's 6 in the morning. Let's keep the party going. Could you be mine? Could be yours. Could you be mine? I could be yours.
Cody, the little dancers.
Could you be my super freak?
So tell your friend to bring a friend, then we gon' do it again. Hit the Eiffel Tower with the high five. You are now connected to the Wi-Fi. So tell your friend to bring a friend, then we gon' do it again. You are now connected to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so that song to me, it's like a sunset and a sunrise type of song. It's like you go to the club, you're getting ready, you're starting to listen to that song, and then you meet your super freak, and then you're partying all night long, and then the sun is coming out.
That song I haven't listened to that song in a minute. That song is definitely one of the sleepers. That one was not a single. It was not a single. It was definitely one of our favorites. But it's also like Malski's married. I'm married, and we were just having fun with the lyrics and stuff. And that's one of the most outrageous songs in terms of like talking about the Eiffel Tower and stuff. That's
Yeah.
one of the most outrageous songs on the whole album. So I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, and also Malski is a genius. Like he produced that entire album. Every note, every piece of music, it's all him, 100%. He's the producer of the entire thing, and that's him, of course, on the talk box, doing the vocals, like doing the singing, and so I think he's on. Yeah, we're both. He does vocals on every song too. So like
Oh
he's
my
a
god.
really talented dude.
Okay, I am not a professional when it comes to vocals or tunes, notes, but I used to play the violin and I used to read notes. So I want to say that I kind of
Dope.
understand, some of that stuff. And to me, listening to some of these songs, like We Outside and then this one, it kind of reminds me of work produced, like by Pharrell, Kanye, um Black Eyed Peas, like within a little mix of everything, of all that. It's like encapsulated into one album, and I just freaking love it so much. It made me so happy when I was listening to it all week and then last night, and I'm like, I'm trying to memorize some of these lyrics so when I play it I can sing it, but no, it didn't happen. But Tammy says she's
Wow.
dancing folding laundry right now.
I love it. I love it. And yeah, that's very kind. That's high praise. That it reminds you of those artists and those producers. That's a huge compliment. So thank you.
Yes. I mean, even the vocals, like one of them, the We Outside, I don't know who is singing one part. I'm gonna have to send them to you. I think in some of those, I don't remember what hooks or what verses. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Kanye's voice.
Hmm.
A little
I
bit,
mean,
slightly, you know.
well, he's definitely a huge inspiration to me, and I'm pretty sure to Malsky also. So, anyways, that's a huge compliment. I appreciate that a ton.
Yes. So we've been talking about this album, and I think we can stay on this album forever. But with King's Alpha, chopped, not slopped. Okay, so this one feels like you slowed time down, almost like a reflection piece. So what did revisiting and remixing this album reveal to you about your own journey, your mistakes, your growth? Why was it important for you to reimagine the body of work now, or this body of work that you did with this album?
So the King's Alpha album came out in 2023. It's musically, it's probably something that I'm more proud of than anything. It's probably the number one thing I'm most proud of because it's like um, it's kind of the capstone to that whole NFT era for me.
Yeah.
Um, and Snoop is on the album, Bun B, Jim Jones, Timbaland mixed one of the songs on the album. So that album represents a lot to me. And the Chop Stars, for anybody that's not familiar, the Chop Stars are a legendary DJ core out of Houston. I met them through Bun indirectly. I basically indirectly met them through Bun. They became aware of me when I did a song with Bun B. And then whenever I go to Texas, they treat me like family. They make sure I'm welcome, make sure I feel welcome, make sure I'm comfortable and everything like that. They've hosted me at their South by Southwest showcases like 3 or 4 years in a row. So they actually did that remix album where they remix every song on the King's Alpha. They actually did it a while ago. Like I want to say we were sitting on that. It was unreleased for like maybe 2 years. Like the King's Alpha is 2.5 years old. They might have done this remix version like almost 2 years ago. I'd have to go and double check. But anyways, It was supposed to come out a while ago. It was supposed to come out
Oh,
earlier. It just didn't happen. It didn't happen. Other things ended up moving the schedule around. And so this year, on the anniversary of the album, on the 2-year anniversary back in April, we were like, we have to put it out. It has to be this year. And so that's what we did. And it's just it was important to me because those guys are legends, first of all. So like the world, I wanted to make sure the world heard that. I get a lot of support from Houston and from Texas in general. Ever since I did the song with Bun B. And so anybody from Texas especially understands the significance of having this remix album out there. And to be honest, it should have came out earlier, and we should have had a chopped and screwed remix of at least my song with Bun B, which is called All Time High. We should have had that like probably from day one.
I'm
So
looking
to
for
me,
it.
yeah, it was just kind of it was like overdue. Basically, it was overdue, and I'm just glad we finally got it out.
So then this one is not one that you guys actually did this year. This was already previously in production, in the works with this remix, but it just ended up getting released this year. That's why it seems like you released 2 albums this year, correct?
Correct. Yeah, nobody heard these remixes before this year. So
Okay, let me play this remix, which one of your popular ones that everybody loved, from your original is By the Dips. So this is the chopped, not slopped remix, slowed down version that we're going to listen to right now.
dope.
Yes, sir. It's Spottie Wi-Fi. DJ Wiz.
Okay.
Chop stores. New York City.
I like the whole ensemble on the album too.
I'm young and fly, JPEG rich, I'm feeling fantastic. I buy and sell high, money doing gymnastics. No somersaults, gotta stick the landing. Got gorilla, half of Eve, who could have planned it? I diamond hands and a dozen apes, till I seen 100. Now they know I'm VIP. Started out in upper, yeah, I came a long way. Writing bouncing rubber checks. Now I'm shopping for real estate. Give these haters rubber necks. I'm flipping like a trampoline. My wallet look elastic. No paper hands. I'm making plans. DELT caskets. Damn open name and they ain't even verify my last shit. I know they hate. Ain't no debate. My day, but you a classic. Turn 5 songs to a legacy. Who out here ahead of me? Peter Parker, Web3, acrobatic type classic. Turn 5 songs to a legacy. Who out here ahead of me? Peter Parker, Web3, acrobatic type energy. Ain't no artist in history. Did it like I did it. Ain't no
Okay, that is so dope. It is very, very does remind me of Texas. And
Oh
some of
yeah,
the hip hop from Texas. Yeah, I lived over there for over 20 years, so going to certain areas, certain places, hanging out with certain people, that does remind me a lot of that. It's
for
very
sure.
catchy too. It's very chill vibes.
Yep, yep. No, it's I mean, for me, it's like an honor. It's like a crazy honor to have been embraced by those guys, by the Chop Stars. DJ Wiz is the DJ from the Chop Stars that did the whole album. OG Ron C helped basically connect the dots, put us together, and yeah, those guys they're legends. And so for me, not being from Texas, to get their support and like their collaboration is it's just like, I mean, I don't know what to compare it to. It's like just being welcomed, like just being welcomed as, even though you're an outsider, like being welcomed, and like them just kind of
It
giving me
makes me
like
feel very yeah.
it's just a huge deal, because like honestly, look, Bond, the thing about it is Houston and Texas have showed me a ton of support. Like Bun B was the first artist, big artist, that I ever collaborated with. So I put out that first album, the I'm Spottie album, in August of 2021. Bun and I collaborated like a month later or 2 months later.
Wow.
And he took a big risk to do that, you know, like, nobody, like, it's just, he was the first one to say, yeah, I want to do a song with you. Out of like that's like a mainstream artist, a big name mainstream artist, and he's always been a super good friend, supporter, mentor. Like, when we talk about real ones, Bun is a real one. Bun is a real one. Like, Bitcoin could go to zero tomorrow, and if I need to ask Bun for some advice, like, he'll take time and, like, you know, talk to me about what's going on, blah 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 blah. So by extension, Houston has shown me a lot of love ever since then. And even probably my favorite artist in Web3, if I can categorize him as a Web3 artist, which he's more than that, but probably my favorite artist to collaborate in Web3 is an artist named Stocks, who's in Houston. He's a Houston artist. And the Chop Stars, like, anyways, they're legendary. If you guys don't know them, look up the Chop Stars and look at some of the artists that they've done these remixes for, and you'll understand why it's like it's a badge of honor, basically, is the words I'm looking for. It's a badge of honor to have them bless that album and breathe new life into it and reinterpret it with their remix.
Look, the audience is requesting. I know that typically I ask my people that I interview for an hour or so, but they're actually requesting for me to play the original song. So do you still have some more time for me, Spottie?
Yeah, of course. There's a music video on YouTube, actually. There's a pretty dope music video you could play.
Yeah.
And that is people's favorite song. You know, I did a poll on Twitter like a year ago or something. I asked, what's your favorite song from the album, The King's Alpha? And this one was like by far. And I didn't expect that. I didn't even know what to expect. But yeah, this is people's favorite.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and play it for old time's sake, people. And you guys better start throwing emojis in the chat and how you feel about this song. Otherwise, I'm going to cut it. No, I'm kidding. I won't. But come on, guys, put your emojis in the chat. We're giving you what you want.
And Spottie Wi-Fi. Jim Jones. New York City. Street heat. Let's get it.
I'm young and fly, JPEG rich, I'm feeling fantastic. I buy low, sell high, money doing gymnastics. No summers off, somersaults, gotta stick the landing. Gorilla, half an Eve, who could've planned it? I diamond hand a dozen apes, till I seen 100X. Now they know I'm VIP, started out in upper decks. Yeah, I came a long way, writing bouncing rubber checks. Now I'm shopping for real estate, give these haters rubber necks. I'm flipping like a trampoline, my wallet look elastic. No paper hands, I'm making plans, DMT caskets. Damn open seam and they ain't even verify my last shit. I know they hate, they know debate, my debut a classic. Turn 5 songs to a legacy, who out here ahead of me? Peter Parker, Web3, acrobatic type energy. Ain't no artist in history, did it like I did it. Ain't no flipping flipstery, flip it like I flipped it to the script. Don't trip, I'ma teach you how to flip. By the dip, sell the rip, turn the ether to a whip. Spot
Oh, come.
Hip, independent, 55 to weight my pendant.
No, you got to make enemies.
If I spill it, I meant it. If I shill it, we end it. We gon' sweep the flow. We gon' clean up. Out flow. We gon' get it, flow to low. We gon' get right and get some more.
If you compare ether with ether niggas, then the dip is like the drought. Listen to me. You ever sold drugs and you know the plug, you got bricks to buy them out.
Give me all that.
You raise the price and dry them out. You wrap them up to fly them out.
Let's go.
Niggas know I ain't in crypto, but I use Bit to buy the house. More coins. I don't need a wallet unless it's MetaMask. My paychecks, I don't get in cash. Don't give a fuck if my credit bad. I gave her one ETH, I told her get it back. I could buy a drop with utilities, but them gas fees have been killing me. Drop 50 stacks, drop verse of 5, I'm almost up a couple million, B. My metaverse, you know we got the A. Jump from the line like Dr. J. Who need a bank, bitch, we the bank. I don't give a fuck with no copper safe. Make $1 million off a blockchain. Then hit the jeweler by the watch chain. Then do my dance when I'm on the yacht by the open sea when the yacht came.
Script, don't trip. I'ma teach you how to flip. Buy the dip, sell the rip. Turn the ETH into a whip. Spottie pip, independent. 55 to weight my pendant. If I spill it, then I meant it. If I shill it, we gon' send it. We gon' sweep the flow. Sweep the flow. We gon' clean up alpha. We gon' get it for the low. We gon' get right and get some more. Whoa. Yes, sir. Buy low, sell high. Don't get it twisted. They said it's a recession, but it's an obsession. And this is the King's Alpha. Spottie Wi-Fi.
Spottie, that song is so freaking catchy. Another one that I saw the chat putting in is the all-time high too. I remember when I met you, you were wearing this coat. That was like your whole persona. And, you know, your hair was like that as well. That is like the first time that I ever saw you. I don't think at that point, we still had not like met officially or formally, but I remember you wearing that. And I think your wife also had a long coat as well, right? Because I'm like,
Probably.
there
Yep.
was no mistaking you. And then your shoes too. Your shoes were leopard.
Oh yeah. There was a time where you wouldn't catch me. You wouldn't catch me outside without some leopard print. I still do it. Like I'll still wear something usually. I'm not today right now, but the hair is a lot. The hair is a lot. You have to sit. I had to sit for like hours to get the hair going, and then like you have to have the right person because they have to do it just right. And I recently moved, and I haven't found anybody. So yeah, the hair is a lot of work.
Oh my goodness gracious. How does it feel like reminiscing and going back on some of these?
Oh, I love it. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories too. Like that song, you know, it goes back to that theme of like what we started with, where like sometimes God has something better planned for you. I wrote that song for a different artist. I had a very
Wow.
specific artist. I'm not going to say who it was, but I had a specific artist that I wanted to get on that song because they're into crypto and they're pretty big. They're pretty big artists. And I got on a call with them, and they were like sounding interested and everything. They like said to send them the song. I sent them the song, and then I didn't hear back. And then I wasn't even supposed to, I don't know. I met Jim Jones at NFT LA. Okay. I met Jim Jones. No, it wasn't Snoop. It wasn't Snoop, Dr. Greenthumb. It was a different artist that you never see me work with this artist. I never ended up working with him. I would still love to, but it didn't happen. But I met Jim Jones at NFT LA, and I was supposed, because we were on a panel together. And I was sitting right next to him on stage on the panel. And I was supposed to be on a different panel. And I got switched onto that panel kind of last minute by Israel Wilson, who was the moderator, who's a good friend. And he put me on that panel. I asked him, I was like, bro, can you switch me? I want to be on the Jim Jones panel. And he switched me on to the Jim Jones panel. And so the whole panel, and it's me, Jim Jones, Latasha, and 19 Keys, if you know 19 Keys. So it was like the dopest panel to be on. And when Israel Wilson is like asking me questions and asking me to share my story with the audience, I'm talking to the audience, but the whole time in my mind, I'm like, I have to leave a good impression on Jim Jones, because I went into it, I thought, you know what, he'll sound even better on this song. He's the one that this song is for. actually. So the whole panel, every time I'm talking, I'm just like, I'm really more interested in like how is Jim Jones responding than even is the audience giving a
Yeah.
shit about what I'm talking about. And then right after the panel, I was just like, yo, bro. And we had a mutual friend, the director of that video I've known for a while. And he was there and he put in a good word for me. And afterwards, I just asked him, like, yo, Jim, I have a song for you. Can I send it to you? He gave me his number and I sent him the song. And he did the song and then we lost the files. We couldn't find the files. Like he sent it to me. He sent it to me as like an MP3. So I had the song and I was like, this is amazing. Like he killed it. He killed the verse. He's rapping about crypto in a way like with a fluency that I did not expect him to have. And then I was so excited. I was so hyped when he sent me the MP3. I forgot to immediately ask him, like, can you send me all the files? Can you send me the full session files? By the time I went to ask him for the session files, like, it was like, we don't even remember what studio that was in. We lost it. We don't have it anymore. And a guy on his team named Pone, who's like a super cool guy, he like basically went like virtual dumpster diving. Like every time they would go to a different studio, because he works at different studios, every time they would go to a studio, he would like work with the people there to figure out like, is this where we recorded this? And it took like a long time, but he eventually got it to us. So that song is kind of like a mini miracle in and of itself, just the way it happened. But anyways, yeah, good memories. Good memories.
That is wild. Isn't it crazy how things come into fruition? You think that they're not going to happen, and then all of a sudden they do freaking happen. This is
100%.
craziness.
And the song wasn't going to be called By the Dips. The song was going to be called Flip 101. And then at the last minute, I don't know why it took me so long to think of this, but I mean at like the last minute, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like it's Jim Jones from the Dipset. I say By the Dips like 100 times in the song. Why wouldn't it be called By the Dips? And so yeah, that's how it came about.
So you wrote all of these songs. So you wrote By the Dips, All Time High, all of that. That was like your writing, your creation, your mind flow onto paper and executing it into lyrics and music.
Yeah, the guests like Jim and Bun, they write their own verses, of course.
Mhm.
And I'll be really honest. There's one song called Ape Snow that I wrote with another writer. Another writer wrote a lot of that song, like most of that song, more than I've ever rapped somebody else's lyrics was on that
Yeah.
song Ape Snow. And so there are some people that's their favorite song on the record too, and that's a weird feeling. It's like, damn, I didn't even write most of that song. But yeah, everything else, every other song, if I'm singing it or rapping it, I wrote it.
So what is one of your all-time favorite songs? I mean, I'm pretty sure you have multiple ones, but what is one that you could sit there and be like, you know what? This is my baby. This is the one that I feel some type of way because of whatever reason.
It's By the Dips and All Time High. I think All Time High being my song with Bun B, and By the Dips with Jim Jones. That's definitely like uh, for both sentimental reasons. Also, like they're just the way it worked out. I didn't really plan it, but it's fun because like when the market is down, I can just post By the Dips, and when the market is up or when there's an all time high, I post All Time High. So I think those songs are like bookends in a way, like they go together, or even though they're on, one is about buying the dips, one is about an all time high.
I actually have All Time High. I wanna play it for old memory, sake. I know that, everybody is judging me. I do have that freaking, what's it called? That Boost mobile Wi-Fi. Look, I'm here in the Arizona mountains, so it does this from time to time. You know, it's like eventually I'll get better internet service connection, but let's hope that we don't get rug with this, okay? Because we be getting rug sometimes.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh God. It's Spottie Wi-Fi. And you know I'm an all-time.
Can I ask you a favor? Can I ask you a favor?
Yes,
Is the remix on? That's a remix, but that's not the better remix. There's a
that's
better
not.
remix.
Let me look
Is
right here.
the druggy remix on there?
I think it is. And how do you spell
That's the
that?
one.
The
Drugggy. It's because the producer's name is Druggy. That's why
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know.
okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Druggy remix.
Time.
His
You're
name
not.
is like it's like his Eastern European. His name's like Dragon or something like that. So he went with the name Druggy.
When I was like going through some of the songs and stuff, you have a lot. Like
Oh,
I
you
the
you know what?
Bumpy.
Yeah, it's on World Star here. I can put it in the chat. Hold on. I remember now. This got posted by World Star, not by
Okay, I
me.
found it.
Oh, you found it.
Tell me if this is the one. Here, let me share it. That's the one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yo, sir. It's Spottie Wi-Fi. And you know I'm an all-time guy. And I'm living at an all-time high. It's official, I'm the king of punks. Haters gave me motivation. Even the coronavirus couldn't stop my coronation. My low, sell high, diamond hand, determination. I'm Spottie Wi-Fi, 5528, and we all gon' make it. I dox myself, so if you need me, you know where to find me. I'm certified, don't need no websites to verify me. We about to take the revolution to the main stage. Go tell the labels I don't think we on the same page. That's word of italic, put bold in italic on what you heard in my word salad. Spottie flow royal, spit digital oil, boy, I got a metaverse palace. Don't ask me nothing, I can't talk in public or comment on. I'm too busy running it up with bumping on none of that. Gotta maintain, gotta make rain, gotta stake, no debate. I'm on chain, gang, gang. D5, so my green fly like a beanstalk. You know, fee, 5, 4, fun, bang, bang. I touched the mill and quit my 9 to 5. I got a blunt, rap, side to side, and I'm a all-time guy at a all-time high. At a all-time guy at a all-time high. I'm living at a all-time high. Looking at a all-time guy at a all-time high. I'm living at a all-time high.
Yo, Spottie, this with Thole, baby. I can't wait to show them how we get down with this one. This all-time verse. Let's go. Coming straight up out the dirty south, that third coast sector. You bet on the triple OG, you hit the trifecta. Might see me around your girl and think that you need to protect her, but your bottom broad is busted. OGP, I'm a rejecter. I done tapped in with Spottie, made men like John Gotti. We flip so much crypto that we could buy a Maserati. Oh no, man, not the car. See, I'm talking about the dealer, cause to me an NFT means nobody's fucking Triller. Since I came up in the game, I've been carving out my lane. I ain't got nothing to lose, but I got everything to gain. If I catch it at the right price, you know I'm finna cash out. By the time you buy it, it's too high, and now you ass out. You follow trends, man, but I'm a trending topic. My aura's larger than life, and your vibe is microscopic. When me and Spottie hook up, ain't no way that you can top it. You can hate, but you can't stop it, cause you know we finna drop it like an all-time guy at a all-time high. Looking at a all-time guy at a all-time high. I'm living at a all-time high. Looking at a all-time guy at a all-time high. I'm living at a all-time high. All-time guy at a all-time high. I'm living at a all-time high. Looking at a all-time guy at a all-time high.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. The Trill OG, 1B, Spottie Wi-Fi, historic, first of its kind. Nobody ever did it like this. All time, all time. Nobody ever did it like this.
Man, that was dope. That is a classic now.
Man, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
a fun video too. We did that video at Art Basel. He was going to Art Basel. I was living in Miami at the time, and yeah, yeah. R.I.P. to my guy Fred, the director. He passed
Oh,
unfortunately,
wow.
but
So how long did it take you guys? Did you guys do it like within a few days, a day? How long did it take you guys to finish that video?
we shot we shot that whole video in like one session, like I don't know, maybe like 3 hours or something like that.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
basically, my guy Fred, the director, I think he just knew somebody that worked at that office, and they let us shoot there. And Bun was super cool. Like most artists, Bun stature, they would have not just pulled up and done the video. Like it was super cool. It was super cool, and yeah, and yeah, I can't. I got to be careful what I say because like, but basically, Bun is just the coolest dude. He's just the coolest dude. Like when we first made our partnership to do the song together, a video was not part of the arrangements, and then it just so
Okay.
happened he was going to be at Art Basel. We did like 3 shows together at Art Basel, and then we did the video shoot. Like it was cool. That's one of the coolest memories too. I picked Bun up at the airport. I had a new phone. My phone was tripping. I couldn't get the maps to work. I didn't really know Miami very well because I had just moved there. I was nervous, and he was just like the coolest dude. Like totally unbothered. Like I was super nervous. Like man, I'm like basically lost in Miami with Bun B. Like and he was just like, whatever, man, it's cool. We'll get where we're getting, when we get there. So yeah.
That is freaking awesome sauce. Can you believe it's already been 2 hours, Spotty? When you're having fun and a good time and listening to music, time just flies by so fast.
Yeah, especially when you listen to your own music. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, this
Hell
it's
yeah.
so much fun. I would love to have you back next year as well. It's already the end of the year next year and chat a little bit more.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get familiar with the proof of party, a lot more stuff. There's a lot of other questions, more stuff that I didn't get to cover. But I did want to ask you what part of your success still doesn't feel real to you?
Hmm. Oh man. I will say right now that Binance award, just because it's so surreal. Like yeah, just winning an award from Binance, like 100 people were on that list. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, especially for the trader category. It's funny, but yeah, and just like meeting CZ, it's kind of like when I first got to meet like Snoop, or got a cosign from some of these guys. Except in the crypto world, I don't know if there's anybody bigger than CZ. It's just it's that is it's a little surreal, but yeah, I mean, hopefully the best is yet to come. I think the market right now is crazy, but I think the
Mhm.
future is bright. So I think we got more wins ahead of us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look, even though you say that you're not a traitor and you're surprised that you want that award, God qualifies, the unqualified. So if that award was meant to be for you, Spotty, there is no one or nothing in this universe that would have taken it away from you. So there is a reason and a purpose why you got it, even though you feel that you're not qualified for it.
Amen. I'll take it. Yeah, and I give all the glory to God, 100%.
I love that. Spotty, are there any last words that you would love to leave our audience, the community, anybody watching before we part ways?
Um, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me. You do a great show. you put a lot into the production and into your research. That's very clear. So thank you for like making it really a great use of our time, and I think the audience's time. And shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to the Astor community. And I haven't been on Spaces in a minute. I probably won't be in the same spaces you're used to seeing me in, but I'll be back on Spaces sooner than later. And if anybody out there is looking to co-host, hit me up, including you, Leslie. If you ever want to co-host some Spaces, let me know.
You know what? Let's do a space. Let's do a fun space, during the week or sometime. Like, get out there, this is one thing, and spaces are less production, more fun. I'm
Hell
down.
yeah.
Starting next week, whenever, let me know, Spotty. But do want to thank you so much, and all of our audience that's listening, watching tonight. Spotty Wi-Fi reminded us what's possible when you stop waiting for permission and start betting on yourself. He reminded us that flaws aren't flaws, they're fingerprints, their identity, and their power. From setbacks to stadium lights, his story is the kind of reminder we all need. You can rebuild, you can reinvent, and you can rise even when the world writes you off. So, Spotty, thank you for your honesty, your fire, and the blueprint you continue to give this space. Thank you for showing us all creativity, community, and courage still means something in a world obsessed with shortcuts. I appreciate you so much, and I would love to continue collaborating, even outside of a live stream.
100%, Leslie. Let's do it. And yes, thank you so much for hosting. I appreciate you.
It was such a pleasure, and everybody stay tuned because you haven't seen the end of Spotty. We have a Christmas special coming up, so you guys don't want to miss that. And with that being said, everybody, we are going to leave you with this, because guess what? We outside,
Bad,
people.
but you could disagree. I wish you would. We pop out, stop the show. You can tell we getting dough. I get high, she get low, like she
About to sweep the floor.
Have you ever seen a half Filipino sipping on Pinot, trying to let me know where should